From everyone here at 2K, thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. Brian Anderson with you, Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill joining us tonight, along with the fourth member of our team, Allie LaForce. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got James. Nikola Jokic is out there with Kevin Durant. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 2 spot. And for Colorado Springs, they've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Doncic in at the point guard position.
Here we go.
Doncic with it. Pass to James. Inside, Jokic. That falls. Nice feed that time from James.
Well, this is why you have to love the basketball intellect of LeBron James. He is simply manipulating the defense in the pick and roll to get what he wants.
Sends it home from three-point land.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Curry, he's checked in for James. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Ooh, Durant with some nice D. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now Doncic defending. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Here's Brand. Over Curry. And that one's good. Brand.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Outside Durant. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's gone just 1 for 4 so far. Antetokounmpo finds Doncic. Here's Brand. Let's go with a three. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And Gasol with the block. Out left to the wing. Doncic outside. Lets the three fly. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's slammed in by Durant.
Now that's the size and reach of Kevin Durant at the rim. Yes, sir.
And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for Colorado Springs. It's a 5-point game. Here's Cephalosha. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Colorado Springs making a switch here. Dortch checked in. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. It's Doncic with a drive. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic.
Luka, one of the most prolific drivers in the game, and boy, does he make a pretty move there.
Doncic passes to Dort from deep. And another three for Colorado Springs.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Banked it in off the glass.
Yeah, the court awareness that Luka plays with, knows exactly when and where to deliver the pass.
Minute 32 left to play in the first. And Doncic puts up a deep three from beyond the arc and then some. Doncic has got 5 now.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
From deep, here's Doncic. Kevin Durant with a rebound. Dort with a steal. And there's the drive. That one's good for 2. He's got 5.
Well, Lou Dort off the deck. That powerful frame on the drive. Don't mess with him, boy.
Doncic against Curry. Booker looking around. And Booker with the jam.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Here's Durant. Colorado Springs with a rebound. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Gasol. And then Gasol with the jam.
I tell you, once Marc Gasol gets to the rim, turn the lights out.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. Here's Brand. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Both teams are hot. Woo! This is a fun one to watch.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Colorado Springs ahead, leading by 9. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Colorado Springs.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Kawhi Leonard out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Devin Booker. Then there's Davis. And it's Curry in at the point. Here's Booker. And he gets it to go from the high post. Booker's got 6 points.
Someone who utilizes that mid-range part of the floor to extreme efficiency, Devin Booker.
Knocks down the triple.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Curry. Rebounded by Ingram. Colorado Springs leading by 12. Wallace's shot is good.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Booker. Misses from short range. Here's Shepard. Puts up a deep three. Davis with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Booker for 3. Nope, that one misses. Now 3 for 5. Well, Grant, if you talk about consistent top-level scores, Devin Booker is near the top of that list.
Yeah, and going back to the 17-18 season, Devin has averaged at least 25 points every year. Book can create his own shot and finish. It's hard finding guys who can do both.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
Lots to talk about here, guys. I mean, losing momentum and looking for answers.
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Doncic. No good. Unable to win this run.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And that one's good. Ingram.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected, or it's a problem.
Doncic outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Curry finds Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Doncic on the wing. Beyond the arc. Gasol grabs the board. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one. Doncic passes to Gasol. Fires the 3. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Any hope of coming back to win this game looks near impossible.
I know. The way things have gone so far, hard to imagine.
Colorado Springs leading by 20. Here's Doncic. Here's Wallace. That 3's off the mark. Boy, they're in a rough patch right now.
Yeah, momentum is definitely not on their side.
Doncic outside. There's the 3. Tips it up. It's good on the putback. Davis has got his first points of the game.
And the length is hard to contend with. Davis using all of it for the putback points there.
Connects from downtown.
And an excellent job distributing the ball tonight. You can really see his feel for the game.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
James outside. Pass to Doncic. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Doncic has gone 2 for 7 from the field. Here's Gasol. That one's good on the sweet setup by Ingram. Ingram's got 3 assists in the game.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Davis finds James. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, wow!
Boy, that SGA dunk was right out of the highlight reel. Woo!
And so it's Colorado Springs with it. And here's Ingram outside. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now. He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Here's Wallace. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Wallace has gone 2 of 4 so far tonight. From deep, here's Doncic. Gasol grabs the board. Gasol's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Wallace. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
They already had the momentum going to the break. Now they've got even more of it.
A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. Colorado Springs ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Boy, this has been one outstanding game from Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
They've got Luka Doncic. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Cephalosha in at the 2. They've got Nikola Jokic. Luka Doncic is out there with Kevin Durant. And then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5.
Well, Doncic's terrific floor vision in the open floor. He also understands how to be the guy to finish.
Right side Curry. This one for 3. Colorado Springs with a rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Brand. He buries it from 3. Brand's got 10 points.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Doncic on the wing. The 3 is up. Cephalosha with a rebound. And so it's Colorado Springs with it. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good again that time. Gilgeous-Alexander's gone just 2 of 7 from the floor here. And he lays it up and in. He has 7.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Durant against Antetokounmpo. To the paint. Here's Curry. And that comes off the assist by Durant.
You see the instincts of Curry on the interior. Defenders might be lurking. This guy too good.
And Doris, when you think about Kevin Durant, certainly a prolific scorer, but that's not the whole story.
What I love the most, I think, BA, about Kevin Durant is how much he loves playing the game of basketball. His availability is never in question as long as there is some measure of health. The work he puts in consistently. Anyone who's ever seen his routine, teammates, coaches, front office staff, they are in awe of the commitment to his craft.
And that one's good. Cephalosha.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Here's Durant. Colorado Springs with a rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Brand. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
As of this moment, they look absolutely unstoppable.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Doncic outside. Fires the 3. Nails it from 3. Doncic has got 8.
Well, this is what makes Luka so special. He's so unpredictable.
Pass to Brand. Launches a 3, and he sinks. It again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Doncic, no good. Colorado Springs with the ball. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Now Gasol. Doncic outside. The 3 ball. And another 3 for Colorado Springs.
We know this is one aspect that Luka consistently goes to. It's either in the paint or from deep. You've got to guard the long ball.
Pass to Durant. To the middle. Here's Jokic. Colorado Springs with a rebound. And here's Gasol. He's got 10. 3-pointer. Here's Brand. Here's Antetokounmpo. Hauled in by Curry.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hits the three-pointer.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Doncic outside. And it's off from three-point range. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Colorado Springs ahead, delivering the blowout. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. We've got Lugens-Dort, also Shepard out there, and it's Ingram in at center, filling out the middle.
Yeah, talk about guys that like to go right to the rim. AD is towards the top of that list.
And here's Shepard for three. Rebounded by LeBron. Dort against Gilgeous-Alexander. Edwards for three. Colorado Springs with a rebound. Here's Shepard. A deep three. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Such a skilled shooter. Reed Shepard, one of the reasons they're excited about his future.
Outside Curry. It's stolen by Ingram. They've got numbers. Here's English. That one goes in. English has gotten his first points in this one.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a thirsty scorer, and if you concede the mid-range, he'll take it.
Here's English. And another three for Colorado Springs.
Have to show more effort defensively. Everyone knows he can do that from deep.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
James inside. Outside for Davis. Curry surveys. Pass to Edwards. Tries again. Tries yet again. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Here's English. Oh, my goodness! Cocked it back and fired it home.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Shot's good by James.
This is where LeBron James is so dangerous. Physically hard to handle on the interior. Turn the lights out.
Outside for Dort. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Dort.
And even when you've got some room for error, you hate to see this. Miscommunication resulting in the turnover.
Bates is checked in for Colorado Springs. Edwards comes in for Dort. Doncic passes to Durant. Outside Curry. Pass to Doncic. The three. Wallace pulls it in. One side is dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play.
Pure from three-point range.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Colorado Springs with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Outside Edwards from outside the arc. Gets the three ball to go. Edwards has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
Doncic passes to Curry. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Curry's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. A nice shot by Bates.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Gilgeous-Alexander into the lane. Off target at the rim. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, BA, they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Pass to Shepard. From the arc. And another 3 for Colorado Springs.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Curry. Colorado Springs with a rebound. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's English. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Here's Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
And here's Edwards outside. Drops in the 3.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead, and that means his teammates are delivering.
So Colorado Springs wins it. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in, and we present the player of the game. Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got live NBA basketball headed your way on this fine Wednesday afternoon. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now the starting group for the visitors. Nikola Jokic is out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Doncic in at the point guard position. And for Colorado Springs, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Marc Gasol. Then it's Luka Doncic, and it's Cephalosha in at the 2.